Chapter 5. Define eat. Impressive depth perception and color spectrum. Atrocious odor detection. Average hearing. Odd evolution in the gustatory receptors. At last we entered a proper room with walls and a complete floor. The cafeteria was extremely simple. A stack of cups stood by what looked like a yogurt dispenser, and there were tables and benches. That's it. At the creature's enthusiastic encouragement, we got in a line and filled our cups at the dispenser and sat to eat. I stared at the contents. The word dubious does not begin to describe what I felt, as I had seen this substance before. Recently, in fact. It was the goop we had all puked maybe half an hour ago, and it looked pretty much identical in the pre-digestion phase. I was still queasy from before, and I was not the only suspicious one. A freckled girl across my table and to my right carefully tipped her cup and sampled a dab. It tastes like... She took another lick. Nothing. Another woman, a towering ebony goddess, glanced at the three trainers harassing the others to eat. Nothing? She whispered. Nothing at all? The first girl shook her head. Oatmeal has more flavor than this. The one to my right took a taste to verify the claim, but nobody went ahead and ate the meal at first. Of course, our fuzzy captors had a lot to roar about that. One of the monsters slammed the table. Eat the food, silly bubble window lickers! It grabbed a cup and the girl on the end's head and poured the goo all over her face. Eat the food! Eat it all! Or subject be so full of regret, it will spray out of ears all over floor and subjects will crash and break her ugly faces. I think now is a good time to observe, while the translator generally did a good job of turning Space Beast language into English words in a somewhat understandable order, there were obvious cultural divides. It got better later on. Not that it changed our current situation. If she wait of something else, she wait forever, another wolf announced. This is selection. Nutrition paste is all subjects receive. So it was nasty and they knew it. Great. And again with this selection stuff. Selection for what? The third wolf thing didn't bother with reasoning. It simply ambushed people who weren't eating fast enough and force-fed them. What's her name? It demanded as they choked on paste. What's her name? Tell Iram her name. The correct answer was, I don't have a name, but one person must have forgotten the earlier lesson and answered truthfully because she was thrown out of the room. Literally. As much as I feared the paste, I feared the beasts more and made sure I wouldn't draw their attention. The first girl was right. This stuff had zero flavor. It was hard to swallow, like my throat wasn't convinced it was food. It didn't take too long for everyone to finish, though, and soon we tossed our empty-ish cups into a trash bin and were out the door. More tiles, more open space, more shouting, more insults, more rough pushing. Would faster to stuff trainer's hand inside subject back and work her like meat puppet. How she in selection? Did her father give mating bribe of suppression guard of sneak her in? And my personal favorite from that third one, Iram punch her brain, emphasized with a firm smack to the head. This time we traveled over the narrow passage a while, finally ending in a large room with a wall hovering on the far end. The lead beast called a halt and made us gather in close. Subject living space through that door, it shouted, pointing at the wall. Smartest subjects have seen numbers on clothes and visors. Do what want inside, but Cobal advised she's unite number on shoulder to number on bed, so subjects not become confused. Inside shared domicile, they clean skins, teeth, clothes, and they sleep. Figure out on selves, trainers come back 9 hours, 12 minutes, and 37 seconds. The tiles lit up in a row, right to the wall, and a door slid open. We stood there, not sure what to do. Go! The creature barked, snatching collars and throwing people toward the door. She want formal etiquette invitation? Cobalt tired of her ugly gut sacks already, and selection not started. Get out of eyeballs! Now! Careful to stay as far from the black edges as possible, but still with the creature's urgency in mind, we scrambled over the tiles and through the door. Remember, the beast called through the door after the last girl had crossed through. She has number, no names. She speak her name to no one. They think trainers won't know? Trust Cobalt, trainers know. Meeting in morning, all will share enjoyments.